Hello, this is Rewind, Relax, Release, and I'm your host, Daleena. This episode will be a meditation, so go ahead and get comfortable, settle into your seat, or recline back, or lay down on the floor, or on the couch, or wherever you want to be comfortable for a few minutes. This meditation is adapted from the book Guided Imagery for Groups. The empowering images in this meditation are intended to help you develop alternative strategies for dealing with stress, tension, emotional pain, and illness. With this meditation, you are invited to activate imaginary magic powers to cope with feelings of helplessness and making changes that you never thought possible. If you have a history of abuse, especially as a child, be cautious with this meditation. It could elicit old, painful memories from childhood, so be prepared for that when you begin, if that's the experience that you had growing up. You might want to use a lighted candle as a focal point to enhance this visualization, but it's not necessary. When we were children, many of us fantasized about having superpowers that would enable us to transcend our relatively powerless state. Magical powers that would make us instantly equal to the adults who towered over us and ran everything. In fact, if we had these superpowers, we would become more than the adults around us. Perhaps with the help of comic book heroes like Superman, Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel, The Flash, or even Spider-Man, or a plethora of others. Many of us imagined ourselves saving the world, capturing villains, or even doing our chores for us. These fantasies project a world that we would want if we had the power to change it. If we recreate the dream of having superpowers and enter into it today, we can learn more about our relationship to the world and our attitudes to the world as it is today. This visualization creates situations that you will live out on your own in your mind. There will be long pauses in this guided imagery where you'll be expected to explore your fantasy on your own before continuing. So let's begin. Go ahead and sit back and relax as you prepare for a surge of magical power. Imagine that you are gazing at a lighted candle that's set before you on a table. Allow your gaze to focus on the flame. It's burning steady and bright. And as you watch the shape and the motion of the flame, allow your mind to dwell on the flame as a symbol of eternal life and rebirth. Think of the phoenix, a bird consumed in flame, only to rise again from its ashes. As you still focus on the flame, if any thoughts or images stray into your mind, allow them to pass through and move on, and bring your focus back to this flame. As you continue to focus on the flame, steady your breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. as you allow yourself to become more and more relaxed. Allow your mind to drift back to childhood when you were much, much smaller. Recall how the adults seemed capable of things that you couldn't do. They seemed larger than and had access to places you were not allowed to go. While considering this inequity, you turn and walk the streets of your childhood neighborhood. Suddenly, you come to a side street you haven't seen before, and there you see a darkened curio shop. As you peek inside the windows, a kindly-looking old man with small round glasses and white hair looks up and beckons to you, waving, "Come in." He smiles as you step inside the shop, and you hear him say, "Come in, come in. I've been waiting for you," in a friendly voice. You barely have time to glimpse the beautiful old books, the musty clocks, the bottles of colored liquid, and many other wonders that line the aisles. As he takes you by the hand to the back of the shop, he says, "I have just the item that you need," he says excitedly. As you watch with curiosity, he opens a small drawer and pulls out a golden ring. It catches the light and it sparkles and flashes. He holds it up and says, "This ring belonged to Merlin. He never used it. It gives the wearer whatever magical power he or she desires. As you put on the ring, you must say out loud the power that you wish to possess, and you will have it. But it only works as long as you wear the ring. The minute you take it off, your power is gone, never to return." You begin to think of your feelings of helplessness, the things that you could do if you had superpowers. Maybe you recall the heroes and heroines in your comic books or your stories. And remember how you long to possess their powers of X-ray vision, amazing speed, astounding strength, invisibility, and so much more. Perhaps you've longed for magical powers because you keep running into a problem or a situation that some magic capability would help you resolve with ease. But which power do you want the most? The old man in the shop waits patiently, but you must choose. Once you've made your choice, you smile and he hands you the ring. You name your chosen superpower out loud and slip the ring on your finger. In an instant, you find yourself empowered with that special something that you desired. The shop owner waves goodbye as you step out of the store, eager to test your new capability. Standing on the sidewalk for just a moment, you think about what you're going to do first. You want to exercise your new power in some way that will benefit you and maybe other people as well. What will it be? You think, and then you decide. you're doing it, using your superpower just as you wanted to. Notice how it feels to exercise your power in this way, and notice the effect of your action. Once you've completed this first deed, 2 or 3 other actions occur to you that you could do. Allow yourself to perform each one in turn. Pay particular attention to your feelings as you do them. Now that you've had a chance to use your magical powers in several different ways, allow yourself to pause and take stock of the situation. What would it mean to live the rest of your life with this power? Do you feel it possesses any new obligations, responsibilities? How would your new status affect your relationships with family and friends? You have to decide whether you wish to keep this potent capability for the rest of your life. If you do, what use do you expect to make of it in the future? If you choose not to, why not? Now that you've exercised your superpower in many different situations, it's time to rest and reflect on the activities of the day. You sit down or lie down, and you think of all you've accomplished. As you relax, you feel your mind going deeper and deeper into a restful state. When you are fully rested, you will return to a state of full consciousness, ready to incorporate the insights from this healing imagination into the challenges of your current life situation. Allow yourself to come back, return to full consciousness, relaxed and energized. You may choose now to journal and share what power you picked, why you picked this power as a child, and talk about how you used your new power, how you think it changed your relationships with people. Thank you so much for listening. This has been Rewind, Relax, Release with your host, Daleena. I'd love to hear from you, so if you'd like to email me with any comments, questions, or episode suggestions, you can do that at rewindrelaxrelease@gmail.com. Also, if you want to support the podcast, you can do so at Patreon. There's a link in the show notes. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope you have a great day. Take care of yourself. You're worthy.